Hey everybody, Andrew Jordan here. Just wanted to make a quick reaction video to a recent video from Gnostic Informant um, entitled Gangster Jesus, which I thought was a very good video. But I wanted to respond to a claim made by Neil that the Messiah, Mashiach, is going to kill a lot of people when that person does or does not arise. I'm not really interested in pointing out if that's something that would ever actually happen, but only that the way that the doctrine, or not even doctrine is the right word, but the way the idea of the Messiah that was presented was inaccurate. Uh, the word Mashiach comes from the root that means to anoint, and was used in the Torah to refer to the high priests and kings. And the idea, of course, of the Davidic Mashiach, which would arise in the future, arose from the promises made to the Davidic line that they would always be as the kings of Israel. And the idea developed particularly during the Hasmonean period, as the promises, you could say, of God were not actualized, and um, that anticipation uh, created a situation where much debate happened around what the nature of the Messiah would be and how the Messiah would come and what kind of Messiah that would be. And that was debated amongst different groups. However, when one refers to the Messiah, Mashiach, if it's unspecified what they mean, we're usually talking about the Jewish Messiah, which refers to the rabbinic Jewish idea of the Messiah, because the concept of Mashiach is not a biblical concept, which means it develops through tradition, which is the um, which is accepted by the rabbis as the uh, way things are supposed to be vis-a-vis the acceptance of Torah in a written and oral form. It is true that the Essenes and other groups in the history did have separate bodies of tradition, and even to this day, the Karaite Jews who do not accept rabbinic tradition have their own body of tradition. But the ways in which that these other groups seem to have accepted the Torah differentiated between their acceptance of Torah or scripture more broadly and a set of interpretive tradition. This is all from my interpretation and understanding, of course. And so the rabbinic ideas of the Mashiach is codified only in one place. Only one Jewish um, thinker has codified the laws of the Mashiach into one volume, which is the Mishneh Torah of Moses Maimonides from the 12th century in the Common Era, in the medieval period. These laws are derived from Talmudic and other sources, but presented in a easy to read and digest manner. Mishneh Torah means the repetition of the Torah, and is the most comprehensive codification of Jewish law ever produced throughout history. The laws of Mashiach can be found in the aptly titled Kings and Wars volume of Mishneh Torah, and it begins in chapter 11. The first 10 chapters are laws codified relating to the king of Israel uh, at whatever period, and not the Messianic king. So the main pillars of the rabbinic concept of what Mashiach is that the Messiah will be a king from the Davidic line who will restore the sovereignty of the Jewish people to Eretz Israel, the land of Israel. And within Jewish law, the land of Israel is a different concept from the modern state of Israel. The modern state of Israel includes parts of Eretz Israel and parts that are not part of Eretz Israel. For example, the Negev, the deserts portion of Israel and the bottom of Israel, is not part of halachic legal Eretz Israel, and there are parts of Syria and Jordan that are parts of halachic Eretz Israel, the boundaries as defined by Jewish law. And that only plays out in a religious sense in terms of essentially when certain commandments are applicable or not, and doesn't have much practical implications. So the Jewish Messiah will be a king from the line of David, traditionally always envisioned as a man. Um, in traditional sources, who will restore sovereignty to the Jewish people in Eretz Israel, and will rebuild the temple and will end the diaspora. Those are the four really, pillars of what the Messiah is supposed to do according to Jewish law. There's no indication that a mass slaughter must occur for this to happen. However, there is a reference to the war of Gog and Magog, but this is the perhaps a war that is as a result of the conquest, if need be, of Eretz Israel. However, the thrust of the role of the messianic claimant is to restore the temple system, uh, and there is debate about what that entails, if that entails an entire return to sacrificial system or only a partial. But the main purpose of the Messiah is to restore the full religious civic system of the Torah to the land of Eretz Israel, and that is the point of the Messiah. It does not mean that the Messiah will slaughter people who are not Jewish in the land of Eretz Israel. There's a separate set of laws that are applicable to non-Jews who live in Eretz Israel called the Noahide laws, which is a separate legal system to the Jewish halacha, which includes civic, moral, ethical, and ritual components. That's all I have for you today. Bye bye.